Hello and welcome to a very special episode of Community Connections. I am your host, Anna Orr, and this is airing right here on OROMIA11. Today we are talking about keeping your belly warm and some very important services that are taking place in North Minneapolis. This is going to be a great episode with some really good resources you won't want to miss. Stay tuned. Barbra, I am so excited to have you join me today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Now, you are here as a member of Proverbs Christian Fellowship, and you are a part of the outreach team there. And you are here talking to me about some very specific things, but can you talk to us just a little bit about the organization that you are here representing today?
Well, I'm representing Proverbs Christian Fellowship Outreach Ministry. We are about 10 members in our outreach team, mostly from the congregation, and we find ways to serve and help the community.
Now, how long have you guys been in the Twin Cities area?
Proverbs Christian Fellowship started in March of 2003, so the church has been in the community for 18 years.
And you guys are currently located where, for people that may not be familiar with Minnesota?
Yes, we are located at 3210 North Oliver Avenue, Minneapolis, Minnesota, 55412.
Okay. Now you are here talking to us about outreach, but also the services that you guys provide to the North Minneapolis community, specifically at your location. Yes. You guys have a clothing closet and you're doing food service and some other things going on there. Yes. Can you talk to me about the work of the clothing closet?
Yes, the clothes closet is just a wonderful initiative. Our church is located near a major intersection in North Minneapolis on Penn Avenue North and Lowry Avenue North. So we saw firsthand a homeless encampment 1 block away from our church. Mm-hmm. So we saw the need. We saw people with inadequate clothing. We actually saw people with no shoes. So we decided to meet that need. So we started a clothing drive where folks from our congregation, they donated clothes. We had the general public bring clothes as well. So when we got enough clothing, we opened up our doors with a clothing closet where people could come in and get warm clothes, coats, shoes, blankets, hats, scarves, and gloves. It's been a wonderful project, and we're continuing to receive donations every day to help those in need. Not only do the clothes go to the homeless, but it also goes to local shelters and anyone in the community who is in need of clothing.
I think this is such a valuable conversation because as we are in the middle of winter right now, yes. Right? Mm-hmm. We are going up and down the streets daily, many of us, and we're seeing people that are not adequately clothed for Absolutely. The winter, whether it's they don't have hats, they don't have boots. Like you said, some people didn't even have shoes. Yes. And a lot of people have not fiscally bounced back from COVID-19.
Absolutely.
So it is really necessary to share resources like this with the community for us here at OROMIA11 because we know not everybody is able to go to the mall and pull out a credit card or cash or a debit card and pay for things that they need for their families. So yes. People need the community, people need ministries, outreach ministries, teams, groups, organizations, nonprofits in the area to come together with resources. That's why we keep this conversation going and keep peppering these type of conversations because it's important. And so many of us are dealing with, like we talked about, food scarcity or the inability to clothe and feed our kids.
Absolutely.
How does the clothing closet work for people that are unfamiliar?
Yes, the clothing closet is open. We'll open it whenever if someone is in the church. Generally, we wanted to do it like twice a month, but then we thought, whenever, if someone comes to us and says they're in need, they're welcome to come in. So we have clothing for men, women, and children, all sizes. We also have blankets and household items. And one addition that we're adding to the clothes closet is a resource center as well. So people could just come to 3211 North Oliver Avenue in Minneapolis, and they're welcome to come into our closet. It's a large room with racks. We have shoes, boots, hats, scarves, gloves, coats, all kinds of wonderful clothing, and it's free, no questions asked, and you just take as much as you need, and that's pretty much how it works.
Now, I was taking a look at the website,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
I saw that you guys had the slogan, the church slogan of "We meet you where you are."
Yes.
I think that is such a poignant slogan to have for that community. I am familiar with that area, and so I realize it is a very active part of the community,
Yes.
as well as an area that's experienced a lot of transition with grocery stores closing, businesses coming in and out. It's very difficult, I think, for people to find something that's stable that they can rely on.
Absolutely. Yes, I love that slogan as well. It's saying to folks that they can come as they are, regardless of their circumstances. It doesn't matter your social economic background, what you wear, or anything like that. Everyone is welcome.
How has the community received the clothing closet so far?
The community loves the closet closet. Folks are very thankful when they come in, you know, especially like you said, it's winter in Minnesota and it's really cold. So by getting free gloves, free hats and coats and things like that, people are so grateful. And I'm very surprised with the donations that we're getting. We just recently got a huge box of hats for the winter, wool, you know, hats. And so, you know, the giving and the receiving, it's just taking on a life of its own. You know, the folks that are receiving the clothes are grateful, and it's such a great learning experience for our congregation and the public to be able to donate their clothing. You know, I'm surprised how many people bring clothes every week. And, you know, it's kind of good for the environment too, right? Instead of just throwing the clothes in a landfill, you're able to take them to a place where they can be recycled and given to somebody who really needs those clothing. So it's a win-win for those who give and those who are receiving it.
I like that, hearing an outreach team that's focused on sustainability as well.
Yes.
Now, you guys not only have the clothing closet at Proverbs
Yes.
Christian Fellowship, you guys also have the food service as
Yes,
well.
yes.
Can you talk a little bit about that too, for people that may be interested in getting a hot meal sooner rather than later?
Yeah, so we are aware of food insecurities in our community. As a matter of fact, there's a grocery store that's across the street from our church just recently closed.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure folks are aware of the food deserts. So we are in the middle of a food desert, our church. So what we've done is we have started a food shelf and a food pantry. So we give away bags of groceries twice a month to whomever, no questions asked. We give away perishable items like vegetables, meats, fish, produce. We also give away non-perishable items like rice, spaghetti, cans of tuna, vegetables, and soups. So basically, a person comes to the church on the second and fourth week of the month on Saturdays from 1 to 3, and we hand out boxes of food. We'll give you a box of food or a bag of groceries, and we also do community meals. So folks can come every other Saturday from 1 to 3, and we give to-go boxes with ready-to-eat meals. You know, one of our hopes is to have the church kitchen remodeled. So we have just purchased a beautiful new sanctuary, and it's a large, beautiful building. And we're hoping to be able to have the public come in and sit down and enjoy a nice, warm, healthy meal and enjoy a little fellowship. So pretty much we're giving out foods on Saturdays, groceries to sustain folks through the, you know, just like at the fourth week of the month, because sometimes at the end of the month, sometimes people budget is a little tight.
That's true.
So we
and
try
it's
to
very
help.
difficult trying to make it to the next one.
To the next month. So we
That's
make
it.
sure at the end of the month we're giving away. The goal ultimately is to give away 20 pounds to each person who comes to receive food. So it's free, no questions asked. We just hand out the boxes and bags of groceries on Saturdays from 1 to 3.
Now, you sound not only knowledgeable, but really passionate about this work.
Yes.
Can you talk to me, Barbara, about how you got started serving in this way?
How I got started serving in this way is I just feel like by the grace of God, there go I. You know, it's just my nature to help others. So I just feel like, you know, that could be me. And I'd like to think that someone would be there for me if I was in need. I also believe that you treat people the way you want to be treated. I do have a background in nonprofit work, and in the nonprofit sector, we like to say, we're going to keep working until we put ourselves out of business. So we're going to keep serving the community until there's no longer a need. And so you can imagine that this work continues, you know, so we're going to continue to serve folks. So it's just a personal passion of mine. It's just a good fit for my own personality and what the church is doing.
Now, you've talked about the size of your team being roughly around 10 different people that are helping you guys put these things together, whether it's the clothing closet, whether it's the ready-to-eat meals, whether it's the food pantry. That's that sounds like such a large feat for anybody to take on. Are you guys working with any external community partners that are supporting this work?
Yes, we have a partnership with Loaves and Fishes. They are Minnesota's largest food bank, and they supply us with the food. And they also supply us with volunteers.
That's got to be quite helpful.
Yes, it is.
And giving them the exposure to maybe a community that they may not be well versed in.
Absolutely.
I think it's easy sometimes to see a news story about an area and feel like you may understand or you see what's going on. It's another thing to consistently immerse yourself in that community and start to hear and see what people are really up against day to day.
We also partner with Crew Inner City, and they provide us with blankets and homeless hygiene kits. The Crew Inner City goes to the homeless encampments throughout the city, and they hand out blankets, hygiene kits, literature, and just, you know, conversation and find out what the needs are. So therefore we can network with that organization and other churches throughout the Twin Cities through the Crew Inner City as well.
Now, you've said that you've always been a person that loves to help others and that's always looking to meet the need of others. But what gives you the fuel to keep doing this day after day, season after season? Well, specifically in a harsh weather climate like Minnesota, it's probably not easy to keep showing up every day out there.
Well, I think it's probably the same answer, just the fact that by the grace of God, there go I. It's just my nature, you know. I just believe that this is something that I'm supposed to do, and I just feel like, you know, when you get to a point, I feel fortunate to be able to give back. So it's just, I feel like that's what I'm supposed to be doing. So I just get up and I just feel like, you know, we have to be there for one another, and we have to treat people the way we want to be treated. So it's a lifestyle for me. So I don't need to be fueled up by it. I just live that way, you know. I just live that kind of a lifestyle where I always help others, despite if I'm at church or it was my career. It's just what I feel like I should be doing is giving back and helping people. So it's my pleasure, you know. It's fulfilling, you know. It's like I know it may seem cliche to say it's better to give than receive, but sometimes it really feels that way, you know. When I'm, you know, having a bad day or whatever, when I'm able to help others, it helps me. So I think that's the fuel where I can't feel sorry for myself. Like that saying goes, I was feeling sorry for myself because I had no shoes until I seen the man with no feet, right? And we literally saw people with no shoes. So, you know, it's easy to help others when you have that kind of philosophy in life, you know.
Now let viewers know how we can best stay connected to the work that is going on at Proverbs Christian Fellowship. Are you all on social media?
Yes, we are. We have a Facebook page, which is, We have a theological study Bible class as well.
Okay.
So our Bible class is called PCF Empowerment Institute, where we teach theological studies to not only the members of our congregation, but folks can sign up, and that's also our Facebook page, PCF Empowerment Institute.
Okay.
We ideally attending the services on Sunday at 10 a.m. in the morning. You can, fellowship with everybody and find out what we're doing. Also, you can go on our website and find out, what we're doing to keep up to date with what we're doing.
Please provide us with the web address for those that may be watching and are interested in actually following up with some of the programs that we've talked about today.
Yes, our website is pcfchurchmpls.org.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're
And
welcome.
then lastly, please repeat for us the address as well as the phone number in case anybody wants to call or wants to inquire a little bit more and does not have computer access.
Exactly. Our address is 3211 North Oliver Avenue, Minneapolis, Minnesota. And our telephone number is 612-477-2979.
I think that's wonderful.
Great.
Now, what is next on the horizon for Proverbs Christian Fellowship?
Well, next step for the outreach at Proverbs is, of course, our Resource Center, which I'm very excited about. The Resource Center is located in the clothes closet because the clothes closet is actually a large room. It's not a closet, it's a room, but it's just the term we use, the clothes closet. So the Resource Center is a place where people can come and get resources for like housing, education, medicine, employment, and more. So if we can't help the person's immediate needs there on the spot, we can refer them to someone who can. We're also doing computer literacy classes for people to study, basic computer knowledge, how to access certain apps, how to do word processing, how to just navigate a computer. We're doing those classes as well. And we hope to do a street outreach where we go out and walk the streets and, talk to people and find out what their needs are, and of course invite them to the sanctuary. And we're also hoping to remodel our kitchen, as I mentioned, so folks could come in and have a meal. So those are the things that we're working towards in the outreach center at Proverbs Christian Fellowship Church right now.
Now, this Saturday, you
Yes.
guys have an event taking place. Can you share that with the public for those that may be in the area and interested in attending?
Yes. This Saturday, we will be distributing groceries from our sanctuary, again at 3210 North Oliver Avenue in Minneapolis. We'll be giving away food to folks that are in need and just whomever comes to the sanctuary. And the clothes closet will be open this Saturday from 1 to 3. You can just come to the Lowry Avenue entrance, and some of our volunteers will be standing there with bags and boxes of groceries to hand out for free for those in need. And then, of course, the sanctuary takes up pretty much the whole corner. So there's an Oliver Avenue entrance, and if you enter on the Oliver Avenue entrance, that is where the clothes closet is.
Okay.
But I'm sure the volunteers will direct you to where you need to go. But yes, this Saturday from 1 to 3, we'll be distributing free groceries and free clothing.
Is there a sign up or any type of protocol that takes place
No.
before that someone may need to do to
No.
receive free food?
You can just come up, first come, first serve. And then, of course, if one is in need of more help, we have the Resource Center. We are, having conversations, how we can help more. And then, of course, we'll go from there,
Thank you so much for joining me, Barbara, and thank you for sharing not only the work of Proverbs Christian Fellowship, but also the resources you guys are offering to the community.
Yes.
This is so important to continue the conversation so that we are able to help one another connect the dots about what's going on in our community. So thank you for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. A very special thank you to Miss Barbra Riddle Johnson for joining us today on behalf of Proverbs Christian Fellowship. Please keep up all the amazing work that you and the outreach ministry are doing in North Minneapolis. For those that are watching, please be sure to check out the website which she provided and stop by on Saturday on the second and fourth Saturday of the month to be sure to pick up some groceries, see what the clothing closet has, and just connect to the good people that are doing some amazing work. As always, I am Anna Orr. This has been another episode of Community Connections. I look forward to connecting again with you soon.
Hawaasni addunyaa tokko haala gaariidhaan guddatee jireenya gaarii jiraachuudhaaf waan tokkotti haajama fayyaa hawaasaati. COVID-19 baroota dabran kana keessa lubbuu nagaa miliyoonatti lakkaa'amtu dhabamsiisee hawaasa addunyaa diinagdee burkuteessee jira. Lubbuu miliyoona 7tti dhiyaattu dachiirraa godaansisee lubbuu miliyoona 700tti dhiyaattu immoo dhukkubsee dawaa fudhachiisaa jira. Qabeenyi sababa COVID-19tiin dhabame ni argama. Hojiin sababa COVID-19tiin dhabames ni deebi'a. Daldalli cufames ni banama. Daandiiwwan cufaman hundis ni banamu. Manneen jireenyaa, manneen amantaa, manneen nyaataatis deebi'anii banamu. Wanti yeroo tokko yoo bade deebi'ee hin banamne garuu lubbuu tantee qaaliidha. Kanaafuu of eeggannoowwan COVID-19 barbaachisan hunda godhuudhaan lubbuu tantee qaalii kan maatii keetii, kan firoottan keetii, hiriyoottan keetii fi ollaa kan keetii eeguu hin dagatin.